Hello everyone. So today's our topic is implementation of atomicity and durability. So here it can be discussed in the concept of transaction processing system. So already we very well know that so we are discussing the properties of acid properties. So A for here atomicity, C for consistency, I for isolation and D for durability. So here in this case we should define the concept of atomicity here. So atomicity here is nothing but here executing all the transactions properly and we have to execute them successfully without any interruption. So nothing but whenever the transaction has been started, then it has to be perfectly committed or it has to be perfectly aborted. So finally the transaction it has to be completed. And here in this case we should observe the next concept called durability. So here in this case the durability is nothing but it should be stored permanently in the database. So nothing but whatever the changes we are going to be done to the particular transaction, those changes are going to be properly updated onto the database. So it indicates the permanent storage. So how we are discussing the implementation of atomicity and durability concept here is it is nothing but, so in this case we are going to identify how whenever a transaction is going to be failed, how you can recover that particular transaction, in which state you are going to recover that particular transaction. So here in this case you are going to discuss the concept of here recovery management, nothing but here the purely the implementation of atomicity and durability, so that can be defined in the recovery management system whenever any kind of transaction is going to be failed. So for this purpose, how you can recover the data? So nothing but already we discussed in the recovery log based recovery system. So if any transaction fails, so before commit or after commit, you are going to restore the values with old value or new value. So for this purpose we are using the deferred database modification technique. Similarly in this case also, so that is related to the executing the data for larger database system. So nothing but executing the concurrently executing transactions. In that case you can use the log based recovery. Each and every time you are going to maintain the log file when the transaction started, when the transaction has been committed or when it is aborted. So likewise you are going to perform. But whenever if simple transactions are going to be executed, only one single transaction is going to be executed. So if the single transaction during whether it is an active state or whether it is executing read operation or write operation, or it is in the partially committed state or it is in the committed state, whenever any transaction fails. So if it is after performing read or write operation, if any transaction fails, then how you can recover the value of that particular transaction, for which value you can store the data. Similarly after commit, if the transaction fails, for this case in which value you are going to store the data. So in this case only for simple transactions and not for the larger database, and this technique is not suitable for larger database, and this technique is only suitable for simple transactions. So here in this case whenever the transaction fails, how you can recover? So here the recovery scheme which we are going to be calling it as here shadow database scheme. So here in this case you can use the shadow database scheme. Shadow database scheme is nothing but here, so here in this case you are going to use, so initially the database pointer is there. So initially the database pointer is going to be pointing to the old copy of the database. So nothing but before the partially committed state, whenever we are executing the active state and whenever it is executing read or write operation, so the pointer is going to be here, we are going to maintain the database pointer in the shadow database technique or in the shadow copy of the technique. So initially it should be pointed to the old copy of the database technique. So whenever if the transaction is going to be partially committed, then automatically, or if it is committed, then the changes are going to be properly updated onto the disk, then automatically the database pointer is going to be pointed to the new copy of the database. So here we should observe the two things. One, the technique which we are going to be calling it as here before update, and one more technique which we are going to be calling it as after update. So if the failure occurs before update, so before update, if any kind of transaction failure occurs, we can restore the value with the old value, means initial value. The database pointer that can be pointed to the initial value, means whenever in this case the transaction fails, it should be pointed to the old copy. So it should be pointed to the old value. So whenever if any transaction is going to be failed after the commit operation, after it is partially committed, then it is pointing to the new copy. So for this purpose, in this case after commit, the transaction changes are, it should be properly updated on the disk. So for this purpose, any transaction failure occurs after commit, then in this case you can restore with the new value. So nothing but new copy of the database is going to be restored here. Here in this case the old copy of the database is purely deleted. So likewise we should define the shadow database technique. So here in this case we should maintain the database pointer, one database pointer, so is going to be defined. So here in this case the transaction reaches the partially committed, so nothing but whenever if it is reaches the partially committed enter state, then automatically here in this case partially committed state. So likewise here it is partially committed state, then all the updated pages, so which have been changes to the disk. So for this purpose initially it can be copied to the new copy of the database instead of old copy of the database. So here in this technique, so nothing but it should achieve the consistency. The database shadow database technique, shadow database scheme, that should be implemented for restoring the database state either with the old value or either with the new value. So this can be defined with either with pointing to the old copy of the database or with pointing to the new copy of the database. If it is before update, means which can't make any changes to the, which can't made any changes to the database, then we are going to restore with the old copy of the database. Here there is no concept of new copy of the database. So whenever after commit or it is going to be entered into the partially committed state, then automatically the database pointer is pointing to the new copy. So you can restore with the new copy. In this case the old copy of the database is going to be deleted. So likewise we should use. Then so here in this case you can observe, so nothing but only for single I already told that only this shadow copy technique which will be useful only for the transaction, simple or single transaction, and this cannot be applied for multiple transactions, and this cannot be applied for concurrently control system, concurrently executing transactions. So at the same time assume we can only one transaction is active here. So here only one transaction is active here at the same time. So we can't execute multiple transactions. In that case only the shadow copy technique is, it should work better. And whatever the disadvantages here, and extremely it is inefficient for large database, nothing but we can't use for the data which is having the multiple number of transactions which are executing in an interleaved fashion. So likewise, and this technique which will not be useful for larger database, and this technique is only useful for simple databases. So one more thing is here, it doesn't handle the concurrent transactions, so multiple transactions which are executing in an interleaved fashion. So it can't deal properly with the execution of multiple transactions in serial order and non-serial order. Only it can execute only the transaction or a simple or a single transaction which should be active only at the time. So in this case only you can use the shadow copy technique. So before update means before it can't be entered into the committed state, you can store with the old copy, and after the update means it can store with the new copy. Here the old copy gets deleted. So likewise we should use this implementation of atomicity and durability. So this is important for your short answer questions. So I hope you understood. Thank you.